I've watched my weight go up, and now I'm going to watch it go down and stay there. Hello everyone, welcome to Fat Dad Slim Dad Weight Loss Plans Episode 1. Weight Watchers. Before I begin, in no way am I advocating or not for Weight Watchers. I write this from my own research and experience. I've used Weight Watchers before, and I've taken elements of this plan into my own current weight loss program, but Weight Watchers has no involvement on my review. Also, this is meant to be an overview or plan review, how it works, and why Weight Watchers can be successful. I'm not going to go through the entire plan in detail, but I'm going to give you a history and understanding. Let's go. As most people can probably relate, at least one of my friends or family members has tried and used Weight Watchers. When I was very young, it was my mom, and I remember back in the 80s, I would sometimes go to meetings with her. There was a weigh-in, an entire group of people, all then women, sat in a semicircle around an instructor, and for the next 30 minutes, they went over a different piece of eating advice, nutrition info, exercises, workouts, and the like. Throughout the meeting, people would stand up and talk about what they did, how they were doing. It was extremely group supportive. While the style is similar, Weight Watchers has morphed quite a bit since I was at a physical meeting. However, I am familiar with all of the different systems, as I've actually given each of the different Weight Watchers systems a go. Let's look at Weight Watchers from the beginning. Back in the early 60s, the plan started and grew with a very specific set of underlying concepts and rules. Concepts include understanding habits of overeating, taking weight loss a meal at a time, delaying gratification, no crash dieting, and controlling temptations. Additional concepts were no calorie counting, stick to the plan, and proper body maintenance and discipline. With understanding calories, carbs, fiber, fat, protein, and vitamins, and more content of our foods, here's a plan that basically says, don't worry about those things, but follow to a T what we have to say and what we say to do. Now, the old menu from the 60s had a lot of restrictions to what you could eat, limiting foods to only on your menu plan and certain types and quantities of food per week, such as eggs and cheese. While certain veggies were allowed in excess, fish, poultry, and meat were broken up into frequency categories. There were a good number of foods that just weren't allowed except for very specific recipes. It was a rather strict plan. This specific plan, with specific rules, however, got results. Like with just about all weight loss and diet plans, it was a lifestyle change. However, throughout the 70s and 80s, there were modifications to the original plan, and in 1989, Weight Watchers decided to change things up a little bit by adding the concept of an exchange-based diet. All foods had a certain exchange rate. While you could still eat only things you were told, you could change it up with certain food swaps in the same category. In 1997, Weight Watchers introduced points. Continuing with the understanding that calories aren't the end-all be-all, the system calculated points you can have each day based off your weight by taking the following into consideration: calories, fiber, protein, and fat content. The exact Weight Watchers points formulas are copyright to Weight Watchers, but since 1997, the point system has continued to evolve, from points to some modifications to that original system, to Points Plus, Pro Points, and now the latest, Smart Points, and their Beyond the Scale program. In theory, things are very similar, but this latest adaptation is based off of better nutrition understanding and having more freedom. Points basically work like this. The more saturated fat and sugar there are in a food, its point value goes up. The higher the protein and fiber, the point value for that food goes down. Amount of food and caloric content play a role, but with each point system, again, the formula has fluctuated a little bit. Weight Watchers has always been about making healthy choices that fill you up. A big change from the original Weight Watchers plan is that now, you can eat anything you want, provided you stay within your Smart Points target. And with almost 290,000 foods with assigned points, accessible by their online database or their app, it's pretty easy to keep track. Weight Watcher meetings have gone from only in-person to online, boards, and personal coaches. The company also offers thousands of recipes with Smart Points values attached to them. Those with special dietary needs, such as vegetarians and gluten-free eaters, also have tailored recipes for them at the ready. And what's a weight plan without an exercise component? Last year, FitPoints was introduced, a new metric to help you track activity. Based on who you are and your lifestyle, you receive a personalized FitPoints goal based on an assessment. Being active gives you added points and also integrates with lots of software and exercise counters, such as Fitbit and Apple Health. The core support system is still there. As they say, Weight Watchers doesn't believe in you going hungry, nor now should any food be forbidden. Well, now here's a plan where you don't necessarily count calories. Everything has a points plan drawn out for you, and if you stay within the limit, stay active, with support provided, you're going to lose the weight. The 300-pound question is, does it work? As with all lifestyle changes and plans, if you choose it and stick with it, it should be effective. Most studies suggest Weight Watchers is effective, but may not be much more than similar diets. Let's take a look at some key studies and what they had to say about Weight Watchers. Researchers publishing in the British Medical Journal in 2006 compare the effectiveness of 4 commercial weight loss programs in overweight adults, one of them being Weight Watchers. After 4 weeks, Weight Watcher dieters were down an average of 6 pounds, compared to the approximate 7.5 pound 4-program average. Up to 6 months later, weight loss continued, but with no clear superior plan. Published in the British Journal of Nutrition in 2008, in a group of near 700 Weight Watcher participants, researchers found that nearly 60% stayed within 5 pounds of their goal weight 1 year after completing the program. That number dropped to about 45% 2 years after the program completed, and then down to 37% 5 years later. A review in Circulation, Cardiovascular Quality and Outcomes concluded that Weight Watchers did have one extra advantage. In studies that compared it with usual care rather than other diets, it was the only diet that consistently demonstrated greater efficiency at reducing weight at 12 months. A 2011 study in The Lancet showed that Weight Watchers is more effective than standard weight loss guidance. With more than 750 participants, after a year, those in the Weight Watchers group had dropped an average of 15 pounds, compared with 7 pounds for the doctor-advised self-help group. 61% of the Weight Watchers dieters stuck with the program for a full 12 months the study lasted, compared to 54% for the standard care group. And lastly, in 2013, a study in the journal Obesity compared Weight Watchers to professionally directed weight loss treatments. It found that dieters stuck with Weight Watchers longer and were more likely to lose weight than they were with other approaches. Weight Watchers has certainly done its due diligence in offering members convenience, recipes, options, and support in helping them reach and maintain their goal weight. Now, as I've mentioned, I've tried the point system before. They're easy to use and calculate, but my faltering was due to taking advantage of too many low-calorie foods, and I actually tended to go off the point system every now and then. And for me, when I stopped the points for a day or two, it was just hard for me to get back on. I also started to plateau after a few months and became frustrated with that. Again, these are my issues, but all in all, it's a good, well-proven system. The biggest challenge, as with all plans, is to get started and stay motivated. If you can do that, you can stick with it. And if you can stick with it, you're going to succeed. And you'll watch that weight come down. And with that, if you've learned anything or have taken anything away, please like, subscribe, share. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at FDSD81. You can also track my personal weight at fatsecret.com by searching for Fat Dad Slim Dad. But more, and most importantly, take care of yourself and your kids. This is Fat Dad Slim Dad. Until next time.